So this is another cool frozen that I wanted to show around. So this was sent for like a pancreatic mass. It was about like maybe like a less than a centimeter big, and when we received it, it looked like chunks of just tissue. So we decided to go in and look around, and this case is really cool because I haven't seen too many of these. This is a really special case to me. So what we're seeing is just like a lot of what looks like to be fat necrosis over here, and we also see just kind of like some like neutrophil inflammation, so acute inflammation, um, adipose tissue, fat necrosis, maybe almost saponification. And we see a lot of this pigment, and this pigment is called hematoidin, and it occurs when it's a byproduct of red blood cell metabolism. And again, a lot of polys over here. So if when we look through this frozen, we don't really see normal pancreatic parenchyma. It's mostly just a lot of dead cells, acute inflammation, maybe scattered chronic inflammation. A lot of this pigment, this hematoidin pigment, which is really cool, and it just says that there was probably bleeding there, and the red blood cells were extravasated. And then here you go, again, more of that hematoidin pigment. And then this case was called descriptive, and then consistent with acute pancreatitis. And here's more of that kind of acute inflammation, and you have like maybe some ductular epithelium here, a ton of this yellow pigment hematoidin, and maybe some newts, and a lot of this kind of fat necrosis and saponification. So then let's go to the permanent. So from a low power, you can see the permanent also. There's not that much stuff here. There's areas where there's like little bluer, but in the background predominantly it's just kind of like dead pancreatic tissue. Like here could be like, again, a lot of hematoidin, a ton of acute and chronic inflammation, a ton of plasma cells, and some vessels, so like almost like this kind of granulation tissue. And again, here you have saponification and fat necrosis. So again, this was signed out as like descriptively and consistent with acute pancreatitis here. This is nice for like saponification and fat necrosis. And let's go look at some, this is I found this online at PubMed Central talking about hematoidin, and it's described as like it's got this golden brown pigment that we saw, and it's composed of thread-like filaments arranged in star-shaped clusters akin to Medusa's head, and it forms when erythrocyte extravasation occurs in the closed tissue compartment, like for example pancreas or something. That's like inside the pancreas, that could be a closed tissue compartment, and it's a result of hemoglobin metabolism under low oxygen tension conditions. And following erythrocyte degeneration, porphyrin is released from hemoglobin and is converted to biliverdin, which is reduced to crystalline type hematoidin, which we're seeing here. And because hematoidin can be converted back to biliverdin, it's not always seen. So this may explain why it's so rare. And recognizing hematoidin and its morphologic features can circumvent unnecessary analysis. So again, let's take a look at it again, because it's so, I've surprisingly haven't seen too much of it. It's just this yellow pigment. Very, very cool. Very, I suppose, very classic. And again, ton of saponification here and kind of fat necrosis. And here's more of that pigment. Very characteristic, like right there. Very cool. This was a super cool case. And here it is on a frozen. Right over here, right over here. This is something that I guess I just haven't seen too much of, but it can happen. Again, I even dotted it over here with this marker. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be recording a lot more of these videos. Cheers, and thank you.